My name's Karima Asaad. I'm a photographer director here in Sydney and the US. I've been shooting for 7 years now. I like to make images that are very authentic and that feel quite sincere. I love to express human emotion with extravagant pops of colour and energy and just really entertain people. I want my work to be very provocative and in your face, but I want that provocative nature to also have a purpose. Like, we're not doing it just for the sake of it. Like, there is meaning and attitude and understanding behind it. I'd love to get into printing because I feel that printing is a way of creating an artwork, rather than just pixels in a screen. And I think my own personal work, I'd love to be able to create pieces of art, and I feel like printing is still such a beautiful way of expressing your art. And I feel as a photographer, sometimes you want to diversify your revenue stream, and printing will allow me to be able to sell my work as fine art prints rather than just being commissioned for photographs.
I'm a commercial photographer based in Melbourne. I've been shooting for over 40 years and I'm pretty much what you'd call a generalist. I photograph everything from product photography through to food, through industrial, aerial. I've been printing for over 20 years now. I was becoming more and more disillusioned with photographic labs when I was getting results back that weren't what I anticipated, and I found that taking over printing myself gave me the control to ensure that I was actually getting images back that represented what I was expecting to see. Today we're going to be going through the printing workflow. So we're going to start with colour managing our screens right through to the end process, and we're going to show people that attend this workshop that it actually isn't complex. It's actually really quite easy if you're shown the right way to do it. Today we used a Canon Pro 1000 inkjet printer. It's a photographic printer with 10 pigment inks, so it's not only archival, it has quite a large colour gamut, ensuring that we can get really good colour accuracy. So irrespective of how cheap or how expensive your printer is, we need to get it colour managed to ensure that what we're getting out of that printer is the best. I'm using an SW271C today. That's a monitor that is hardware calibrated, and it's specifically designed for photographers to display the colours that our cameras capture. So there's a misconception that we're actually calibrating the printer. We don't do that. What we're doing is we are measuring the deficiencies of how a certain paper type reacts to the inks. We're measuring that and making a correction. So when we write a profile for a printer, we're actually writing a profile for the paper type. So if you have 5 different paper types, we're writing 5 different profiles that capture and contain the inaccuracies of that paper and make corrections for them. So every time you print on a different type of paper, you would load the profile that's made for that particular type of paper. Something like the Calibrite Colour Checker display is perfect because that will calibrate your screen for you and profile your screen. The final step in the colour managed process is viewing your images under a colour managed light source. And to do that, we need to have an industry standard viewing lamp. I'm using the Lux Mark I today, which is a relatively inexpensive light that projects light at industry standard. Well, Ilford's been a brand that's been around in photography for way longer than I have, I think 140 years. So when I studied photography back in the 70s in high school, we used Ilford film and Ilford paper. It's a name synonymous with photography. They've now moved with the times, they're doing inkjet. They have a huge range of papers, ranging from a handmade Japanese paper with a pearlescent finish to it, papers that are reminiscent of the photographs that we would see our grandparents' images taken on.
I feel like Ian puts this workshop together in a way that everyone can understand. The information was really easy to digest, it was really straightforward, and I think that's quite wonderful. I am surprised at how easy it is to print work. I always thought that that was something that you'd have to do at, a professional place. So I feel like I'm able to essentially start that business at quite a reasonable cost.
People coming along to our workshop will expect to be shown that it's actually not difficult to print at home and have complete control. There's this huge misconception that it's really, really difficult, and it's not. It's actually very, very easy, and it can be as easy or as difficult as you'd like it to be. But what I'm hoping the people that come along to the workshop will walk away with is a clear understanding of how easy it can be, and perhaps gain the knowledge to take on printing themselves. If If you're interested in printing, but you've been sitting on the fence thinking that it's too difficult, this workshop's for you. So come along and learn all you need to know to make beautiful prints in your own home. For more information, go to George's Eventbrite webpage or their website at georges.com.au.